Hi Leo, welcome back to Spiritualista. This is your energy forecast from the 13th until the 19th of October. And this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with everybody that's watching. But however, if you'd like a personalized deep dive reading, the link to my Etsy shop is below. And now let's see what the universe has in store for you this week. So Leo, please give me a little pre-shuffle for Leo. Let's tune into Leo's energy, highest possible source, please. Let's see here. So Leo, please, from the 13th until the 19th of October. Please let me know what's going to happen there. All right, so quick. Okay, so Empress as your present moment card. Beautiful energy, so very, very good to see that. And then we do have, all right, another sweet card. Okay, so this is your crossing, however. So your challenge here is the Six of Cups. That's the challenge for the week. Could be to do with the past. I mean, it is to do with the past, this card. Could be that you are reminiscing about something. You're kind of stuck in the past a little bit in memories or in something that happened there. Usually it's not a bad energy. It's not sadness. Like it's not like the Five of Cups. But it is a little bit distracting, at least from you being in the present, right? Or you being able to act on something new, open up something new in your life. That makes you kind of hindered where you are sort of stuck in something that has happened before. So we're going to get into more of that. And then we have the Ace of Swords up in your conscious mind. So very mind-based energy. Not surprising to see that there. And let's see your subconscious mind. Oh, okay. So we have the Ten of Wands there. So yeah, you're carrying a lot of weight right now. You're feeling the tension from something here. Like it's most definitely overwhelm sort of situation there. Maybe some burnout for you. Okay, so your recent past is the High Priestess. Always good to see her. And then we have your near future with the Three of Swords, man. Okay, so Three of Swords. I'm not gonna get into it now, and I don't want to be like scaring people. It's not scary. It's just, it's a heartbreak card, but we're gonna understand more about what that is and why you're feeling this way. Okay, so your suggested approach from the universe is the Five of Wands. I know it sounds weird to say that. Why is the Five of Wands, which is a conflict card, why would that ever be my suggested approach? Like, does Spirit want me to get into fights? No, it's not that. Usually when it comes up in this position, it's quite the opposite that it's suggesting. It's where you are maybe being called into arguments, conflicts, competition with people. You have energies around you that are a little bit provoking you in a sense. And you feel tempted to get into that and just like join in on that fight. And it's kind of telling you to not do that, right? And to choose your battles here. So I'm going to tell you more about this when we get to that card. But yeah, that's your suggested approach. And then we have the Emperor here in your surrounding energies. Okay. And then we do have your hopes and fears with the Moon. All right. And then we have your potential future here with the Two of Wands. If there's any better potential future card, of course, it's literally what it represents there. So all right, and then we have the bottom of the deck with the King of Swords. Okay, Leo. All right, excited. So let's get right into it. So Empress is a good energy. It's a nice energy for you to be in your present. It's very abundant, very, very soft, like nurturing energy, sexy, like magnetic energy, very creative. So I feel that you're in this right now. You might feel connected to everything, connected to nature. Yeah, like everything about you has this softer, way more like creative flow right now. So it feels like that's spreading out. Like everything around you too is sort of like inspired by that, like wanting to bloom around you. So it's telling you to just slow down and notice what's already growing in your life here. And I feel that this is a project maybe that you're building. It's something that you're creating here. And also it applies to your relationships too, where you feel very supportive of your partner if you have one, or even to yourself and your own self-care routines that are just finally taking root here. And you're being more nurturing in general. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. And with your crossing though, with the Six of Cups, so it is a nice card. It's a very positive card, but as a challenge position, it's nostalgia, right? It's a card about memories and like even from past people coming back into your life. that have been there, has served the purpose, and now they're coming back because the contract still isn't over. So as a challenge, it's tricky. Like, yeah, maybe like while you're trying to grow forward in this really abundant Empress energy, like there is something from your past that is still sort of tugging at you here. And likely it is an old connection that is, yeah, it's there, and you're sort of replaying that, you know, like replaying the good old days with this connection. So the tricky part is just knowing whether this is something to actually invest in, like revisit, right? Invest your time in and your energy, or if it's just memory, right? That's there and you can appreciate it, but then you can let it go. So it's not a bad challenge though. It isn't like but it's more like you're in that emotional sense, kind of still attached to something there. And but it's good. Like, it's very good. Like, you're in this really creative moment, like really good spot to be in right now. And the challenge is not getting too stuck in the past, so that you leave this, like, this amazing presence here that you are in, right? So that's that, you know. It's just sort of like, I'm getting the vibe of like when you're trying to manifest something, right? And you just sort of always keep looking at it, looking at it, looking at it, looking at it. And even if it's growing, it's just moving so slow because you're so focused on that, right? They're like planting a seed and then just constantly looking over at if it's gonna grow. It's almost like that, right? Or even better, like a better analogy would be comparing what you're growing into like last year's crop, right? And why is it not the same? It could be the same, right? And it's kind of like you're stuck in that comparison almost. So it's interesting, but it's like I said, it's not a bad place to be in. It's not, but that's just a challenge. So it could be way worse. It could be way worse. So just honor the past here, and just don't let it distract you from your new growth that's wanted to take shape now in this new energy here. So it's beautiful. And then you have the Ace of Swords there in your crowning. So you're very much in your mind, like your mind is sort of reaching for lots of clarity here. I wonder if it's dark. I mean, because I have some trees outside my window. I'm just going to check the viewfinder. I mean, that's okay, right? Yeah. I can add a filter to this later so that it's going to look a little bit brighter. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. And I have such a squeaky chair. But yeah, like you want some clarity in something here. I'm not necessarily, I don't feel that there are like lies involved. I think you're a little bit scared of that with the moon here, but it's not that. But it's just that you want to feel more in like almost like a breakthrough energy here, right? You want to make better, like quicker decisions, right? You want more truthful perspectives to happen, right? Like cutting through confusion. You want people to be honest with you, and like especially if you've been going through any confusion here, and like it's just that you just want to have that sharpness about you here. You're trying to reach for that. And so it could be about you just finally speaking your truth to someone here, or just cutting away the bullshit, like the clutter, getting rid of stuff. Like it could be literal clutter in your life, but I feel that it's more mental, right? It's more mental where you're just finally seeing a situation clearly for what it is here. And now you're being able to move forward with more focus here. And foundation, so that's okay. So this is an interesting card, right? So underneath, like at a soul level here, in your subconscious. Okay, so 10 of Wands tells me you've been carrying a lot, lots of responsibilities maybe, right? So it's could be emotional, could be physical with this, with Wands, it could be both, right? But definitely something that like where you've been pushing yourself almost too far and it hasn't been easy for you. So it's like, you know, when you're carrying a lot, like literally, like he's carrying the Wands, right? Or almost like when you want to go and get groceries and you're kind of lazy and you just, instead of going several times, like if you don't have a car, like in my case, I just think that I can, I take those little baskets with the wheels and I put them inside, and then you have no perception at all over the weight that's actually in that basket. So you're just putting stuff in there. And then when you're going to check out and you're going to put them in the bags and start carrying that, you're like, oh my God, this is so heavy. Almost like at one point I actually hid a grocery bag in a bush and then went home with the rest and then went back to pick that up. Swedish girl problems of not having a car, living in Stockholm. But yeah, it's that energy here. It's that energy here where you kind of want to make it all in one trip. You can do it, but it is really heavy. It is really heavy, and that at the end you're gonna have to do like me and just like drop one bag, right? Something has to give here. So it feels like at your core you're very tired of that weight, right? And then at the top of your mind you're just searching for clarity, and you want people to be honest with you, of course, right? And you feel like that's gonna help lighten this load a little bit here. So you just want to be able to cut through what's unnecessary right now so that you can stop carrying everything alone here. And then in the recent past, you have the High Priestess there. So yeah, you've been moving through some deep intuition, right? Also a sense of keeping a lot of things private. I'm getting that too. So I feel like you have been in a period where you've been a little bit more inward, just like trusting in yourself, trusting in your gut feelings instead of just looking for outside validation here. And yeah, usually it shows up when like answers aren't really ready to be spoken out loud yet, right? So they sort of live in your intuition first. So I feel like you might be holding back something. You might be holding back, right? And you're sensing way more than you're actually saying here. So there is something with that. There is something with that. I don't know if it's to do with trust. Maybe you feel like that's why you want the clarity there. I feel that they are connected, and you feel like maybe some people around you aren't really trustworthy, maybe because they've given you reasons to believe that. And now you're sort of more, we have been in the recent past in the state of, yeah, just keeping things more to yourself here rather than sharing too much. So yeah, it's not bad though. Like I said, this is a good spread for you guys this week. Yeah, and the near future, that's, I mean, okay, so this is, I guess, the worst card here in the spread today. So this is the Three of Swords. So it is tough, right? Honestly, like it's a heartbreak card, it's disappointment, right? Anything that's painful, really, usually with emotions here. So just remember that it's not just for the sake of that. It's not just to hurt you. Like that's not the universe punishing you in any way like that. You know, it's just clearing out illusions for you. And likely it's just something that it's like almost like a careful what you wish for sort of energy that I'm getting with the Ace of Swords here, where this could be like what actually happens when you do get that clarity, right? When other people drop this secrecy, High Priestess energy, and they are honest with you about what's going on here, and you do get that clarity from them that you are feeling that you want. And that's the careful what you wish for moment here with the Three of Swords, where you're like, oh man, I didn't want to know that. Oh no, and now you're hurt. And now you're hurt because, yeah, it shifted your perspective of that person, right? And it kind of just like made that relationship a little bit more unstable here, you know? So, but while it hurts, it does set you free from confusion here. So that's the point with this card, right? It feels like together, especially with the High Priestess, it feels like there's something here that you already know deep down, right? And soon with this here, it's gonna become kind of undeniable in the form of truth. So yeah, like it's like you've been in a place where your intuition has been sort of whispering something to you. You've been getting little hints here and there. And then you're at this point in the presence now where now you want to know, right? Now you know that there's something there. You want to know, you want to get the answers. And that's when the external world just catches up, right? And it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. But like I said, it is necessary. It is necessary for you because, yeah, it is the truth, right? So, but it is painful. Yeah, I do empathize with that. It is painful, right? That's why people admit things, because they are painful. And then we have the suggested approach. I always mix them up. Oh my goodness. Suggested approach is the Five of Wands. So yeah, like I said, it doesn't mean that you are going to be encouraged by the universe to get into a fight. Don't go off into having bar fights with people. Don't do that. But just don't be scared of healthy conflict here, right? Because you're sort of in a way sharpening yourself through challenge here. And I'm not saying just like go into, like, don't start drama. Don't do that. But almost like sparring at a gym, right? Where there's going to be a little resistance here in this week, but it's going to help you grow. So just speak your truth, but don't get dragged into battles that don't go anywhere, where you're just talking in circles here. And the surrounding energy is the Emperor. So around you is someone that is an authority figure. Could be a boss, could be maybe a parent, you know, someone that is older, like someone with an energy of a lot of structure and control coming in here. And It might feel like someone really, really wants things to be their way, right? Like my way or the highway sort of energy. And feels to me like you're experiencing that rules right now are very, very loud for you. Very, very loud in a way that's almost a little bit stifling here. So the lesson here is about just finding your own strength without being boxed in, right? It's okay to question too, but I feel that there is a lot of tension around that right now with people being very, very stuck to their principles and wanting you to be the same way, right? And to respect their authority. I'm thinking about Cartman, he says that. And okay, so then we have the moon in your hopes and fears. So again, like part of you is very curious and drawn to this mystery that's going on here. Like, yeah, because you do feel, of course, you want to know. But again, part of you really fears that and fears that uncertainty here, right? And I feel that it's because you do subconsciously know about this Three of Swords situation here, and that's just like waiting around the corner. So you're scared of what that's going to reveal, right? Even though you want that clarity. And yeah, you're scared of that. So definitely echoes this energy here. Just, and also this theme of just trusting in your instincts when things aren't fully clear for you. And yeah, so we have potential future, the Two of Wands. So that's you standing at a crossroads, right? You're planning the next step here. It's sort of like that moment of vision for you where you're trying to just figure out if you're going to stay where it's familiar to you or if you're going to take a step towards something new. And that's the thing, right? Future isn't locked, but you have to ultimately decide which path feels aligned to you. And I feel like you are in your near future, potential future, in that sense, in that indecision, not really knowing for sure here. So I was gonna say bummer because it's gonna be more unclarity for you when all you want to have is this, right? This Ace of Swords energy. But at the same time, I cannot say that having the King of Swords here to finish your spread, because that's the underlying energy, and that's just pure clarity. That's the core energy running through everything. So that is truth. That is mental strength, right? So no matter how emotional or confusing things feel to you right now, this card here reminds you to just come back to logic and just come back to clear communication, right? And just cut through any noise with honesty here, both with yourself, with other people too. So your week is going to be all about balancing what you're growing now with these memories here and these influences from the past, right? And your focus is on, yeah, you're chasing this clarity. You're chasing this clarity. You're all about that this week. Your intuition is very strong. It's been guiding you. And soon, a truth may surface that's going to sting you, but it's going to be freeing too. So the advice here is to just, yeah, engage in your challenges with courage, right? While not letting control and authority try and limit your voice. And if things feel unclear and uncertain, your future is going to be opening up to new choices here. So the key here is to just stay clear, right? And be very honest with yourself so that you can be honest with others and more direct in how you communicate. And that's all I have for you today, Leo. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this reading resonated. And if so, please make sure to give it a like and let me know in the comments below which part or which card resonated the most with you. And I'm still a tiny channel, so if you want to show me some support and help my channel grow, I would be super grateful if you guys could subscribe to it as well. That would be very appreciated. And I'll see you guys in your next reading. Okay, bye!